I married a psychopath in a religious cult because a prophet told me to, and now I am talking about the night before my half marathon, which led to the Disney World burger, which led to us finally getting divorced. So here's where we left off. My race is in the morning. Ted and I are fighting because he told me that he could have gotten us all passes to ride this new Star Wars ride, but he just decided not to. And he refuses to further explain why he did that, and obviously that is going to make me mad. But I have to wake up at 3 in the morning the next day for my race. So I'm trying to go to bed and I'm like, listen, we will just talk about it tomorrow, despite the fact that I was super hurt and super mad. This is when Ted starts to quote the Bible at me and tells me that I am not allowed to go to sleep because I cannot let the sun go down on my anger, despite the fact that he is still not apologizing or explaining his actions at all. So he starts screaming at me and like lurching over me, and I am afraid that he is going to hurt me. So I take out my phone and I start recording, and he's like, stop recording. But I used to do this because I would be afraid that he was going to hurt me and I wanted it to be on record. So I end up saying, you can't hurt me. My cousin is here, because we are sharing an Airbnb at this point. Like, my cousin is in the other room. He does have white noise on, so he can't hear anything that's going on. And he's with my nephew, so they're sleeping in the other room. But I was trying to express to him, like, you can't hurt me. I have family here who would protect me. And then he starts ranting that he is going to hurt my cousin. He's like, if he tried to come at me, I would beat him up. And it is just this very escalating thing. And he is not letting me go to bed, despite the fact that he knows that I have to wake up at 3 in the morning for this race. He's ripping the covers off of me, and this just continues and continues until I feel like I'm going crazy. And I finally was able to go to bed at 1 in the morning, and we didn't really solve it. We just kind of ended up going to bed, and I just was completely defeated because now I have to wake up at 3 in the morning and I'm going to get 2 hours of sleep and I'm going to run my first half marathon. And if you've ever been in an abusive relationship, you might be able to recognize this pattern of trying to ruin a big event. Abusers love to ruin important events for you. So in my mind, this was all very strategic. Despite the crazy night, me and my cousin did run it, and I ran my first half marathon, and it was a very high, despite the fact that I was doing it on very little sleep, and I was still feeling very confused. So Ted, at this point, he is now love bombing me. He is blowing up my phone while I'm running, saying that he's watching me pass each mile and that he's so proud of me, and we're kind of just trying to move past it at this point. So he meets us at the finish line, and he has my nephew. He was watching him in the morning, and they meet us at the finish line, and he seems to be in good spirits and happy, and he's congratulating us. But very quickly he starts to get really cold and weird again. We get in the car and he just seems like he's not interested in hearing about the race. And obviously we are like wanting to talk about it. We're like, guess what? You know, and we're like on this very high and we're very exhausted. And he just seemed like he didn't really want to hear about it. And I could get this sense that he was jealous that he did not run it, and that since he was not a part of it, he was not interested in hearing about it. So the vibes went back to being off very quickly. I believe the burger incident happened the next day. So here I am with my ears that I made by myself, and I'm very excited. And we decided that we were going to go to the Yak and Yeti restaurant at Animal Kingdom because I had heard such good things about this place. People on Disney Food Blog had been hyping it up for a very long time, and we were able to get a reservation. So we made our way to the Yak and Yeti restaurant. So once we get seated, we start looking over the menu, and I decide to get the Kobe beef burger because I did my research and Disney Food Blog said that it was really good. Now, my cousin did not do his research, and he decided to get the tikka masala, which I was like, you should get something that they recommended, but he was adamant that this is what he wanted to eat. Everything's still going okay at this point. They end up bringing out the food, and my burger looks so good, and I end up having a bite of it, and I was saying, oh my gosh, it's like amazing. And my cousin starts dropping these hints, and everybody always says that it sounds like that one skit or meme or whatever where it's like, can I have a bite of that? But yeah, my cousin was looking at my food and he kept saying, wow, Juby, your food looks really good. Your burger looks amazing. Wow, look at it. And he's just dropping all of these hints. And my cousin, he has no filter. He will just, if he wants a bite of your burger, he is going to make it clear. So I decide to offer my cousin a bite of my burger. Unsurprisingly, he accepts, so I end up getting my knife and fork, and I get a piece of my burger to give to my cousin. So I am not handing him the burger for him to bite out of it, okay? I was trying to just be normal, so I take a bit of the burger and I give it to my cousin. And all of a sudden, the mood shifted, and Ted started pouting. And he looked really, really mad, and I was shocked by why he was so upset. So follow for the next part.